Good morning, Barrel. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for February 3rd, 2018.
Today on the newscast, we're talking Mario Kart.
Nintendo Switch Online service is actually kind of happened this year.
And some Cloverfield news. Stay tuned for all that and more on the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Wow.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast. It is still
February 3rd. We do this live.
And in your face. In our faces. There's no point in it. Okay, I see your game. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast. We talk about video games and news and...
movie news.
Yes.
And nerd news.
Nerd things.
Nerd or geek things, depending on the vocabulary you wish to use.
I use both.
I do, too.
I'm very much both.
I do, too. I'm not.
So,
I'm
yes.
not
You're not opposed.
No.
You're not.
People get those into those fights. They're like, I'm a nerd. No, I'm a geek. No, I'm a nerd. No,
No,
you're
those
a
are
geek.
very much the same.
And it's like, it's the same thing.
It's very much the same thing.
It's the same thing. Either way, let's
welcome.
get to the news.
Yes,
I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
Brian.
Yes, Brian is here.
Chris isn't.
Well, we'll see him soon.
So Brian is.
Eventually, we'll see him. So
We're avoiding each other. I'm just kidding. We're not. Love you, Dingy.
that's like me and my D&D group for the year and a half I've played with them. We've never actually had a full group.
No, that's always what happens.
And it's like.
And when you do, it's
like my friend. It's like our friend Corey. It's like, oh, I can't make it today, and Corey's like, oh, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, I'll just on Jason over see you, Corey.
And when you do actually all show up at once, it becomes
we go like,
what do we do? There's too many of us.
Yeah. It's like, this battle is taking way too long. There's too many people.
Well, but that's like Graham. Like he actually, because he'd always send out a thing going, who can make it?
Yeah,
that's right.
Because he'd have to tune it to, if 12 people show up.
It, yeah.
Oh, my DM doesn't care. He's just like, you guys are gonna die one way or the other. I want to kill you.
But Graham wants to make sure if 3 people show up,
yeah, then he doesn't throw. They don't.
he doesn't throw,
or he can
8,000 vampires at us at the same time or something
be
like
prepared
that.
to be like, guys, you guys aren't ready for this.
Or yeah, he's done that before too. Where
just
he's
like, don't go through that door. Don't go through that door. For the love of God, don't go through that door right now.
So that's what I mean. It's tough when everybody shows up for the group. That's why we keep our cast to a nominal.
A solid. We've got 4 chairs for a reason.
There's 4. We could do 5. Like there's the end of the table.
I would rather not.
But I know. Like that's my thing. So it's a 4-chair kind of.
And plus, 5 people talking is.
It can get
unless
it's a day like today where there's not a lot to talk about.
And on top of that, we don't have our own individual microphones. If we did have 5 people, I think at that point we need to have 2 microphones at least or something. Right?
No, it echoes. This thing picks up a lot.
Yeah.
Because it did that when we did Barrel Roll for Kids. It like echoed between the microphones, and it's like, what's going on? So yeah, we legitimately need like little ones with the sensitivity turned down completely,
like right in our face. Like
like, hello. How are you today?
Like, I see podcasts that do that all the time.
Yeah.
And you know what? Kudos to them. They've got a budget.
What's a budget?
They can afford pop shields and everything. What's up?
Ooh.
I have so many notebooks, dude.
This one stays here.
I like it.
This one's if you're thinking about something and want to talk about it, and then
do we have pens?
No.
Thank you.
Don't use that. I need that for my job. I accidentally brought them home.
I was wondering why you had those two sets of
I accidentally brought them home. Either way, to the news.
Let's get down to.
On.
Let's get into
See, I have a pen.
the gritties of the nitty.
Mario Kart Tour is an app coming out for your phone.
We talked about it last week about Miitomo, or maybe the week before about
Miitomo's going
away.
Yeah.
And so obviously Nintendo has to focus their mobile efforts into a brand new project.
So they're going with Mario Kart.
Honestly, okay, before we really get into the nitty gritty of this one,
yes,
why not Mario Party? Why not Mario Party? That seems like the better choice.
Okay, so I saw
if
Mario
it's
Kart.
Like you get a bunch of mini games on your phone, you play with like 3 people or 4 people or online, like Words with Friends, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I saw because all they had on Reddit was Mario Kart Tour announced, and I'm like, yes, because this is what I wanted from Mario when Mario Kart 8 came out, and then they came out with the DLC, and Link came in, and all of that stuff. I'm like, this is perfect. Stop numbering your Mario Karts.
Yep.
And just make one definitive Mario Kart, and just keep releasing DLC.
Yeah.
Like I will keep buying.
It's a tough like upgrade. Where do they go from here, right?
And because Mario Kart 8 was great.
Yes.
It had everything.
It's a
That
solid
rhymed.
game.
They took everything from every Mario Kart that was good, tossed it into a game, and then the Switch version came out and made all those slight little changes, and you're like,
Perfection.
Right.
except I'm like, well, from here on in, just release DLC.
Yeah, I don't think the Switch version is getting any DLC.
It's not, but this is why I'm like, oh, Mario Kart Tour, perfect. You took the number out. All you got to do now is release a game.
It's a card
with,
game, isn't it?
We don't know. They haven't said anything.
It's a card game.
Some stuff has said companion app.
Companion app.
So people are thinking like the Splatoon app.
So they're ditching the Nintendo Online app.
So like the Splatoon app, this will be an app that goes with something on the Switch.
That's rumors, though. I mean,
It is. It's very well, and because they're not saying anything.
The only thing that they've confirmed is that this is not even coming out this year.
It can. It is for, because again,
Is
that's
it?
where people got confused because Nintendo's stupid. They announced it for the financial year of whatever it was. So it can come out anytime between now and March of 2019.
I think realistically it'll be like December.
And that's my thought. Like, if you are gonna,
Realistically?
if it's a companion app for a new Switch game, like a new Mario Kart Switch, then December would be great.
Yeah, because then you get sales.
Because then you're getting sales for this new Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
The other part of this is our next piece of news.
Yes, this is a little bit more.
And this is where people are trying to, like,
Connect the
if
dots.
it's a companion app together, they both got announced.
They just honestly renamed the Nintendo Switch app the Splatoon companion app. Just rename it. And
They
then
should. Because our next bit of news is they've given a date to
the Nintendo Switch Online service, the Switch Online service. The price they've talked about before, I think it ended up being like
$20 a year.
something menial.
Yeah. It's not too bad at all.
but-
and everybody's still like, I don't think it's still worth $20 a year. If
Right
this
now-
is if the online we have right now is online,
It's
I don't think we want it for
it's
$20
passable.
a year.
It's passable, I guess. In this,
But
in
is
this
it
day,
worth $20 a year?
But in this day and age, like I just resubbed my Plus subscription
Sure.
for a game.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of stuff with that. I get games per month, like
Sure.
solid games per month, as well as actual chat features, community online features, parties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. It's tough to squeeze that into the Switch right now, but it is coming September of this year. 2018.
So that's my thought
This
process
is the
when I saw
official-
this, because they announced Mario Kart Tour
Yeah.
as a mobile something,
Right.
and then they announced really poorly and late at night.
Yeah, Mario Kart Tour, wasn't it like Monday night or something?
Everything was like late at. This was all late at night.
Okay, so I think for us it was late at
Maybe.
night.
Well,
In
maybe for Japan.
In Japan,
But they
it was
announced it
probably
on the Mario or on the Nintendo of America Twitter.
Doesn't matter when.
Late at
remember,
night.
remember when they did
I know,
the
it's still
Nintendo Online like Switch presentation? That we had to stay up
yeah, we
until like
had to stay up
10.
that
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
like that's my thing. This
same
this
zone.
this
It's
came
all-
out. It was a horribly JPEG'd picture. All it said was like Nintendo Switch Online.
2018 September.
And then the date was in the tweet, and it was just really badly done.
It was just
And I think a lot of that has to do with the way Japanese,
Maybe.
see social media.
Maybe.
Right.
And that's so I'm sitting there going, okay. But then the fact that both announcements came within like a few hours of each other, I'm like, so we're getting online, and then
And
they're going to
Mario
throw
Kart
Mario
thing.
Kart at us.
A Mario Kart thing.
Yeah, and this makes sense. Like if they
Yeah.
actually do a Switch Mario Kart that's not 8,
Yeah.
but this brand new whatever it is.
Yeah.
Also,
that-
is it time for a new Mario Kart for the Switch? I feel like it's way too soon for
I
it.
feel,
feel
like
like
it's
it's
too
soon.
soon.
Like-
I feel like if this is a companion app to Mario Kart 8 and
That
they
would
do
be
start
more-
doing DLC for Mario Kart 8, that would be huge. I
Because
don't feel like they
'cause
will, but
to do a new Mario Kart within a year or within a year and a
Yeah.
bit of the Switch's release,
Yeah.
or its release on the Switch, it's
I feel
It
like
is.
that's
you're
pretty soon.
walking into Left 4 Dead territory here.
I hope Mario Kart Tour. So going back to that, I hope it's not a mobile Mario Kart because
How would
I
that work?
think-
I don't understand.
well,
yeah.
they've released them
card
for
game.
They've
Card game.
well, no, they've released them for like Game Boy had Mario Kart.
Yes. Which I think
the
the Game
DS
Boy
had Mario Kart.
the
They
Game
were
Boy-
okay,
the Game Boy Advance one was actually fairly good. Super Circuit was really cool.
but I don't want to play it on this. Like, that's my thing. I don't
I
want to
don't
play
know.
Mario Kart on my phone.
Yeah.
If you're going to make
Honestly,
a Mario Kart game,
it's way
put it on
too
the
soon.
Switch.
It's
Yeah,
way too
especially
soon.
since Switch is portable anyway.
It's way too soon to.
it's too soon to put it on the Switch.
Well, no, not just to put it on Switch, but to make any assumptions of what Mario Kart Tour really is.
I know. So I hope it's a companion app that comes with some DLC for Mario Kart.
I will say though, if it ends up being a game for this or a phone, don't do landscape. Keep it portrait because I hate it when my games go landscape on my phone. That is dumb.
Because now there's, because they're trying to make it look like a video game system.
No. Pocket Cap did it good. Fire Emblem did it good. Run did it good. So I'm hoping they
keep up with this.
with the portrait.
Yeah,
they do that. That's because that works as well as as poor as some of those games are. It works.
It works.
Yeah,
for that form factor.
And again, they announce online and leave everybody going.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they've talked a lot about what the online service will be already, right? Like, they've talked price, they've talked about the classic game service.
I get that, but at the same time, but it was all supposed to be part of this app too that they haven't done anything with. Like, we've essentially been
Splatoon.
Okay, so they've done nothing with because Splatoon came out how long ago now?
Summer.
Yeah.
Which
and it's the only thing on there, so it's like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it seems very disjointed in terms of their online production right now. Like what they're.
I think they got all that feedback right off the bat. Going, why is the voice chat connected to the phone? I'll just use Discord. Why is this connected to this? Why is that connected?
And then
to
people
me?
ended
Why
up
is
putting
this
like a
connected to the
microphone
phone?
into the 3.5mm jack and then using the microphone on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so all of a sudden it's like, oh well, this works. Why don't you just make a
do this?
Yeah.
Make an actual headset or
make a headset. How hard is it to
plug and play?
Hell, make a Joy-Con like accessory that plugs right in, and that's literally just for Bluetooth.
A new Labo thing that.
Yeah, I'll fold cardboard for a headset.
I would. Not. I'd get so wet from me yelling at kids.
Get off my lawn! But that's my thing. So my issue with both of these announcements is they announced them and said nothing else.
And I think that's typical Nintendo fashion at this point. I mean,
it is, but it's driving me slowly batty because it's like, and then all of a sudden we get like Labo out of nowhere where they're just like, "Here's a trailer," and it's like,
what is this? But it explains everything.
But it explains everything, and you go.
And a lot of it has to do with going back to the Japanese people going like, "Yep, we're just gonna tease you with a little bit of information." Whereas in Nintendo of America, it's like, "Well, we got to make sure all of the we have all of the assets out there. We have to get stuff for the the retailers so that they can put splash websites on their on their sales pages."
And I mean and
trailers.
Well, like someone said, they're trying to sneak in this online news without much questioning. With the Switch is doing super good in sales, so like online's coming.
Surprisingly good in sales, even though the online is completely leaked behind everything else.
Yeah. And again, you know what? Like I look at it going, we can play Splatoon together without the app.
Right.
Like, let's face it, we don't need the app.
We don't need the app. No.
If you needed the app to play, that would be a wildly different story.
Right. Dragon Ball, like if you played, we could play together without issue. The online works. So it's not like online on the Switch does not work. It's just not built the same way that
it doesn't have features.
Honestly, it feels like it's still in the Wii era of online, where it's like you just have to be always online.
Yeah.
Friend codes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And friend codes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. I would like.
I have a username on the Nintendo Network. Just let me use that to search for
your friends.
Yes.
No. That's unsafe. You could die.
Oh, okay. Then
Someone could find you.
Then I'm super dead on Steam and PlayStation already.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like that's I just.
I'm super dead.
And you look at some online games on your PC. I mean, to boot the Forest up, I have to host a game and do this and set
but there's a reason. There's a jank to that.
Yes,
because it's early access. Yeah. And B, it's probably better than it's been since it launched.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like PC still has the weird thing, but at the same time, the Steam overlay of everything.
Steam overlay is good. And the fact that it's on the PC, that you should be able to multitask. Discord or Skype or whatever.
Well, we do. And I mean, we were playing WoW last night, and Discord has it built in with the overlay over WoW. So, like, I could actually see Brian whenever he was talking to make sure I could still hear him, and my microphone hadn't screwed up because my dog was walking around.
So that's a piece of plastic. We should get that piece of plastic.
Oh, I thought she says an antler.
I hear an antler.
No.
Oh, there's a piece of plastic beside it.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's like, what did I do? Oh, yeah.
You don't want to eat that, doggy.
So, go back to your antler.
Either way.
So, I don't know what to take from all of this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait until September.
Don't get hyped up too much yet.
We'll voice our opinions on Miitomo on its last day. What do you think about the online Nintendo Switch service in September?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yes. I hope from online. Like I like the PlayStation Plus idea of games. And if they are classic games, that's
and I
good.
feel like Nintendo should take a couple notes from PlayStation and Xbox because their companion apps are actually really good on the mobile. Like on the PlayStation one, I was able to find friends, I can chat with people, I can go to the store and purchase a game while not even being at home.
Right. See, and I think
like even Blizzard's app does that too.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo's big thing too.
Steam does that too.
They are
Blizzard
listening. Like we do get pre-purchases now for bigger stuff.
Yes.
So that's cool. Like they are listening, and that's why I think it's taken so long for the online to come out. Is they're like all the feedback
What
they
can
got?
we
They're
do?
like,
Yeah.
oh, people really don't like what we're doing.
What can
And
we
you
do
said,
to
what can we do
rectify
to make
all
this better? And you're just sitting there going, look at whatever PlayStation and Xbox are doing because
Everyone else.
everyone else is doing it properly.
Right.
Get on board, guys.
Get on board.
Like
So-
even if they ended up charging more than $20 for an on-par service, would you be interested?
For an on-par service?
Yeah, with like PlayStation and Xbox and Steam.
Sure.
Like $25-$30 a year. Like,
I'm good for online. Like I understand having to pay for online services.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't like it.
Server space is getting expensive.
Yeah.
Server,
especially in this day and age.
the system can't do what a PC can do, where you can go peer to peer.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. I host us when we play the Forest.
Yeah.
That's me. That has nothing on the Like there's
Whereas
nothing on the Forest.
Where
Whereas
something like
if
World of Warcraft
goes through servers, I have to pay for WoW.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I've always understood that with WoW. They have a skyscraper full of servers.
And inversely, like with Overwatch, there's one host for 12 players.
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like PCs, I get you can host
Or go to a server.
or go to a server, and so the servers don't have that like impact. Whereas on a console, you can't have someone
do that.
hosting or
No.
everything.
There's a lot of factors that can affect it, like hard drive speeds.
Well, but look at
or online connections, or
Friday the 13th on the consoles is console hosted because they built it on PC. So if the host drops out on Xbox or whatever,
Done.
PlayStation, the game's done. It goes the host's left, game over.
Yeah.
So if the host is Jason and Jason's pissed off because he can't get enough kills,
He'll
He's
just
gone.
quit. And then
do they tell you you're the host?
I don't know.
I don't think
I
they
don't
tell
know
you.
who they. Yeah.
I don't think they tell you.
Because
the
I
host.
remember playing old school Counter Strike games, they would never tell you who the host
Yeah.
was. It would just say that there was the host has had a bad connection.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like people online are going, oh, you can see the host is gone. And you're going, oh, okay.
Okay. I guess we'll just
It's great. But that's my thing. I get having to pay for online if servers are involved and all of that stuff. So I get that. I hope Nintendo has been listening to the feedback.
It takes a while for them to listen, though.
It does. But like I said, we've got pre-purchases. We've got that.
Pre-purchases have existed on the Wii U, though.
I know.
So
Just send them now.
and exists on the 3DS as well.
Yeah. You know what? An online for the 3DS wasn't horrible.
Though that's a way different.
But I get that. So if I could
field.
get even like
It's a tough call.
the 3DS Plus online, like that kind of online service, I'd be okay.
Be fine with that.
And because
Because I get the mobile.
I would like to know
aspect of the
more
Switch.
about what their online
Yeah, me
intentions
too.
are.
Me too.
Is more what I need to.
Yeah.
What do I get?
I don't want.
Are they working on these features that
Well, but
are-
why am I
Right.
paying?
I don't because I don't want to make assumptions like, oh, Nintendo's clearly not doing this because of blah 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 or
No.
whatever. Like
They don't.
I want to know what their plans are past, obviously online play, classic game service or whatever.
Yep.
Dot dot dot.
Yeah.
Profit.
Yes.
Like-
And what does this classic game service actually entail?
Right.
Do I get one game a month? Do I get... Because when they first started talking, it was like, you're going to get to try like Mario. And then you can buy it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
But they did talk it up and say like it has enhanced Switch features, so it's leaderboards.
But now we get those versus games and all that stuff. So is that what they really meant, and is that kind of the precursor to what we're gonna get? That's the question. And I'm like, or just release your online library, like your old school library online for me to play. Cool. I'll pay you money monthly for that. I will subscribe to you, Nintendo.
I thought about doing that with PlayStation Now.
Right.
I thought about it, but not worth it.
But see, Nintendo for $20 a month or $20 a year to play all their old games, I'm in. I would pay more than that.
I would rather do that with Mario Sunshine. I'd play
But that's
Mario
my
Sunshine
thing. So
again.
anything that's not Switch, like because PlayStation Now is more
everything.
It's everything.
PlayStation 2 and 3.
So that's my thing is if Nintendo did something like that, where you could go back to the GameCube and they slowly kept releasing games, but you paid a subscription service to pay all these old games.
And would that be on top of the online service, or would it
be
in
the
online?
online? So that'd be part of that online service.
Because with PlayStation Now, it's a separate.
I get that.
So it's a tough. That is a different.
But that's my thing. It's like,
Xbox
what do you mean by classic?
Because Xbox is doing that too with games for gold as well as their other weird online service where it's not really news per se, but I guess as a sidebar, like Microsoft is doing the PlayStation Now thing, but they're confirming that all of their first-party games on day one will be available for this like $20 a month subscription. Yeah. So when Halo 6 comes out, do you pay the $80 or the $20 you can just play?
Just play and be done with it.
Yeah. And then say it's a Halo game done.
Yeah. And again, it is.
It is. That's just a weird sidebar about that. But in terms of the online games for the Switch, and their online service, there's still lots of questions. I don't think we needed a date so much as we needed to know
info,
their intentions.
Sometime in 2018, here's what we plan on doing. Yeah. Thanks. Because I would rather have...
A roadmap. We need a roadmap.
I would rather have a roadmap than September of 2018, because now I'm going,
We have this expectation of by the end of... or by the September 31st, 2018, what do we got?
What am I getting? And that's my big thing. Like, even Destiny at this point has a roadmap for where they're going, because they screwed up their game so horribly.
Yep.
Like, so they've got a roadmap. Friday the 13th now, like they've had one for the longest time. Like, here's our plans for updates.
And even you look at something like Pokemon Go, like that game launched pretty rough.
Yeah.
But now it's in a fairly healthy state.
Good healthy state.
It's in an okay healthy state. I mean, there's always going to be haters, but like
and see, my biggest thing again is this is something I'm going to have to pay for. Like, if I want to play Splatoon with you guys, I have to pay. Why am I paying?
As opposed to me just going to your guys' place and bringing my Switch.
Yeah, I'm playing local.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Why am I paying to play online? And if it's the service I'm getting now, it's not worth it.
Yeah. No.
So what are you planning on doing to get me to give you money?
Like, we were talking about maybe getting Escapist 2.
Yep.
Do we get it on the PC or do we get it on the Switch? Because, would you pay the $20 not knowing what it is to play it online?
We have no idea what the online stuff is.
Or we were just on the PC.
And online on the Escapist is, the Escapist 2 is co-op or challenges up to 4 players, and that's why even Brian and I were talking, going, Chris can play.
Yeah.
If we get it on the Switch, the 4 of us can actually play together.
Because
he doesn't PC, so every time we PC, like we'll talk to each other, going, "Anybody want a game?" No, Chris doesn't respond anymore because he's like, no. And it's like, anybody want to, like, because we could do the Escapist if all of us got it.
Yeah.
Do it on the Switch, but if we have to pay $20 a month to do it on the Switch, then again, if that's our only, it's like, you paid $20 a year, you can play online.
But and you have voice chat.
But I get that for free
from Discord.
Hold on, BRB.
Because that's like, would we all pay together $80 just so we can play with a friend?
As opposed to having him a mid-tier PC where he can still play Escapist 2.
And all these other games.
And
I mean, he's not going to play PUBG on a mid-tier console PC. But
no, he could play WoW.
He could play WoW.
Okay, that's a different that's a different discussion.
WoW runs on everything.
Yes,
they've made it run.
I get that.
They've made sure it runs on everything, but
except my soul.
Except your soul. So that's my thing. I don't get where they exactly want what they want us to pay for, and I wish they would tell us. That's my big thing with online.
I think everyone we just all need to hold our intentions, because until they can really...
And that's a lot of people.
We'll probably announce more in the summer.
E3 will be the big announcement
the big
time.
one, because September's after.
Yeah. So I get that, like, and people online are like, I'm not paying for anything, da-da-da, and you're going, whoa,
hold on.
Whoa. I'm willing to pay. I just want to know what I'm paying for.
Exactly.
That's it.
And if it really is, like...
If it's what it is now, then no, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not worth it.
But I can't see Nintendo doing that. With the strides they've been taking...
They're such an oxymoronic company.
They're so weird. Like
their sales are through the roof. Their marketing is through the roof.
Yeah.
And then their R&D goes...
Yeah. Hold on, guys. I've got this. I dropped it, guys. What do I do?
Online. Guys, there's online right there.
So, yeah, that's my big piece. Is like...
their R&D, like...
Oh, hold on. Like, I'll...
And then on top of that, like, Netflix has come out and said that they are not even developing a streaming app yet for the Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, even that's kind of like... like...
They don't have... They're not trusting it. Yeah.
Well, no. They should be. I just think that Netflix has a lot on their plate as well at the moment.
Yeah.
Between different shows and licenses and stuff, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, show me this picture.
And that's what else I forgot to add to the list. I forgot to add something.
We can throw it on.
We can throw it on.
Good.
Write it in your notebook. I'm just kidding.
Writing in your notebook.
Waluigi! Sorry.
What are you looking for?
The JPEG-y picture of there. That was it.
Yep.
That was the announcement.
And the same thing with Mario Kart Tour.
That's it.
Not much different.
The check flag has been raised to the finish, and the finish line is near. A new mobile application is now in development. Mario Kart Tour.
In the fiscal year.
In the fiscal year ending in March of 2019. Yeah. So anywhere from the end of March 2018.
They didn't say quarter.
If
they said quarter, we could narrow it down
to the end of the year.
3 or 4 months. But because
they have till the end of March,
which is the end of this current year.
Yeah.
But they could have just said this fiscal year.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could have just said
essentially
this
that's
fiscal
what that
year.
sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way, that's our. Well, we have more Nintendo news. It was this one. This was just the official announcement.
So we had talked about this ever so briefly, and this is sort of an addendum, an update to a news story that we presented about a month ago, maybe.
Yes. You guys keep talking. I gotta go do something.
Illumination came out, or there was a rumor that Illumination, the guys behind.
Static.
So, if you didn't catch it, I'm not sure if you caught it or not. The Minions movie, the Illumination guys, are officially making a Mario movie.
Yes, it's official. They've partnered. It's
Miyamoto. It's happening. And Shigeru Miyamoto is producing it, which makes me excited, because if there was one person to watch over it all, it should be him.
My one thing with that is anytime he's interviewed about Mario shouldn't have a story. It should just be Mario goes after Bowser to save Peach, and it's like.
And honestly, maybe that's all this movie is.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that, but something has to happen in between, other than because in a game
rabbits.
In a game it works because you control Mario.
Yes.
And Mario doesn't really have to talk that much in a movie.
Charles Martinet's going to get really sore with his vocal cords. He usually only has 5 lines. He only has 5 lines in a game.
Oh no!
His script is so long.
Yeah. Why I have to keep talking? And every Italian revolts.
It's Mario.
I know.
Mario.
Mario. But if you're Mario, it's Mario. If you're the rest of us, it's Mario.
So, minor update to the news story there.
There you go.
Do you have something else you want to add on?
You said
Yes, there's a rumor. It's a rumor mill going around.
Let's rumor.
Let's rumor. EA is looking to be bought out by Microsoft.
Really?
That was a big rumor.
That was a big
That's
rumor.
a
Okay, so
rumor.
all right, so I know this rumor story.
Yes.
It's not okay. The reason why people are thinking that it's Microsoft is looking to buy EA is because Microsoft is in dire need of some first-party stuff that's not Halo, that's not Forza, and not Gears of War.
Yeah.
And so this news article came out, I think it was like Monday or maybe last Friday or something.
I think it was last week.
And yeah, the writer was talking about this predicament that Microsoft is in, with especially with their weird online service where it's like, oh, first-party games will come out streaming like day one. You don't have to buy it. You can just pay for our streaming stuff. They don't have any stuff to put on there. And so he was actually just speculating which companies they would purchase.
Yeah.
And honestly, he just thought about EA, and I think news stories just picked up.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
And so if it's in Microsoft's best interest not to buy EA, but to buy the properties that EA has. That's the wiser choice. Pick up Need for Speed. Pick up the Need for Speed.
Or just do what EA does and buy EA and gut them.
Yeah.
Okay, they're Disney.
That's what EA did for all this time. They keep buying all these small companies, these companies, and they're
EA,
like, yours shall now be ours, and then all of a sudden this
and I think a lot
company closes and they still release.
And I think a lot of that has to do with credence in that EA didn't perform quite so well last year. They had a lot of flops.
Well, Battlefront is still
UFC.
Battlefront. I still laughed. I saw this the other day. Got outsold on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation combined by Mario Odyssey.
That doesn't surprise me.
Like Mario Odyssey sold 7 million copies. It outsold Battlefront 2 combined on all three of the and you're just going.
There were pictures on Black Friday sales at Target last year where the entire game shelf was picked clean because they had sales. But the only games left
was Battlefront
2.
Yeah.
Well, because again,
there's been such a negative stigmatism towards the game, and you know what? For all intents and purposes, the gameplay is probably really good.
People who play it like it.
It's just everything else.
It's all that stuff attached to it, where you're going.
All the stuff attached to it, the really lackluster story, everything about it. The online seems fine, but it's just there's so much negative
press
aura around it. So yeah, EA is not doing quite so hot right now, and that's sort of
next one that's supposed to be coming out has already had bad what is it called?
From our little company here from BioWare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anthem.
So Anthem, and Anthem might be pushed into a 2019 game. It looks like
it should be. I think if EA's
because there has been talks. There's been not talks, but rumblings and rumors, shall you say, about Anthem about it being another loot-based shooter.
Yeah.
And so you think about that and go like, no, that's not what I think those BioWare guys want to do.
No.
I feel.
And I think EA should be really talking to them like, maybe you should not do that. You told us to.
Right. I know EA's going to come out like, we saved this game. They were going to do loot boxes and we went, no, BioWare, don't do that.
Casey Hudson should just like cut out BioWare and then become independent again.
There's that piece where it's like, oh, your company's doing so well, we can sell and make all this money, and you go, but what's the cost?
What's the cost?
You have someone to answer to.
It's going to destroy the name.
You have a large corporation to answer to, and here's the thing about corporations is they have so much going on. And that's the thing, they have so much going on.
Right. It's all numbers. It's all numbers
It's
to them.
all numbers, it's all this. There is no... Bob can go in and go, listen, I've got this game going on, da-da-da-da-da. And I think that's what I still love about Nintendo is that development team in Japan is still very much like, I have this idea for a game where a dog digs holes and da-da-da, and someone up there, because Miyamoto and all those people are game makers. They're not a game company. They make games. They go, love it. Do it. Get us something like Friday.
Even look at something like ARMS. And yes,
sure.
Like ARMS was a crazy idea.
Yep.
It just, unfortunately, no pun intended, had no legs
Yes.
for what it wanted to do.
No.
No, this is not Until Dawn. No, we're not playing a horror game.
No, we are not. And
are we playing Until Dawn?
I don't think we're playing Until Dawn.
I don't think any of us
If
own
we
one.
are playing Until Dawn, I apologize.
I don't think we're.
I believe I said web show. This is a web show. Yeah, web show.
Just talk newscast.
We just talk.
I don't think any of us have played Until Dawn, so I can't.
Yeah,
No,
I have
can't.
not.
No.
It's
No.
a PS4 only game.
Then definitely not.
Definitely.
PS4 only. So.
Oh no, we're talking about just making games
Yeah.
and buying game companies and
Yes.
such.
But yeah, like this whole rumor of Microsoft buying EA, it's a rumor. It's a heavy rumor. But if they were to do it, this would be a good time to do it because EA is not doing financially very well.
No.
It would probably be pretty easy to purchase them should they want to.
Yes, and here's, I don't know, because you look at numbers sold. PlayStation, I mean, this generation has kicked a ton of butt.
Yes.
And they are all over the map.
PlayStation and Nintendo.
Nintendo is rising stupidly fast.
Yeah. So
it's coming back.
between those two, it's pretty.
And I
solid.
mean, in Japan, I mean that's
they're still outsold.
Well, because
like, you still can't find them.
Again, mobile stuff in Japan is
gangbusters.
It goes huge because
everyone's on trains.
They're always on the go.
They're always.
So that's my thing is like you're selling well over there. I thought it was funny the other day. Apple's slowing down production of their phones, so that chip. Thanks
you for the good.
Hey, it works. Thanks, Anime Girl. You're the first person to have that work properly. So congratulations. But either way, Apple's slowing down production of their iPhones, which means there's going to be more chips available to make more Switches.
Because we all want iPhone 10s.
Because no one wanted them. Surprise!
$1,000/$1,300 phone.
But either way, Nintendo should be able to pick up. And you look at sales numbers, Nintendo Switch being out a year
it's been done.
has almost caught up to the amount of Xboxes sold.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
Thanks, Outer Thunder.
Thank you, Outer Thunder.
You are the second person to have that work properly.
So
yeah, that's big news.
It is a cool phone.
It's a great phone.
I just think that for its price,
it's so expensive. Yeah. Oh hi.
Hey, Sisu.
Call me Sisu. Sisu.
Hello.
Sisu's Sisu comes around.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's not that the iPhone's a bad phone. I think
it's the value.
It's the value.
It's
They
the value,
outpriced themselves.
I think it's
a
a very solid handset.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of tech in there that's really, really cool, but I'm not dropping
I can't afford it.
Yeah, I think.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, that's even one of my coworkers who's a big Apple person. They went and got the 8 because they were just
8
like,
is the same thing.
Because they're like, I can get an 8 for this much, but I really want that X. But they're like, I just can't.
Yeah.
And let me tell you a secret. It's the same hardware. The only difference is the screen. It's the screen that's the only.
And
big
the laser
difference.
tech or
the face tech.
Face ID.
That's what I mean. I like the iPhone. I just think they overpriced themselves out of the market a bit, and all of a sudden, and again, when I can get a Pixel for,
I can get that for $0.
Right. Like I can get a Pixel for my contract.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You pay definitely.
So that's
for
my
the
thing
brand.
is like, yeah, you're paying for the brand, you're paying for all that stuff. But yeah, they're slowing down production, which means Switch can pick it up. But Switch is catching up to Xbox One sales, which is.
I thought they already beat them.
No.
Honestly.
10 back to the ages they traded in for the
Needs to do their own thing in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's my thing is Xbox is I feel bad.
They've got solid games.
They do.
That's the thing. And that Xbox One X Pro or One X, their half-step console.
Yep.
It's actually a really solid hardware.
Sure.
Like it's actually, if you put that side by side between PS4 Pro, it outperforms it.
Honestly, I think
it's just they have no games.
I think the next Xbox type thing shouldn't really be a game console, but an entertainment thing with built-in services to play games.
And I think the rumor of the next Xbox console not even having a disc would be huge.
It would be big.
Yeah.
That would save on production costs. You won't have to buy disc drives.
And that's what we've been talking about, is them getting more publishers, essentially.
Right. If it's not EA, who else did they buy? Like Activision? Like I feel like Activision is a tough one to
Activision
clamor.
Blizzard is pretty big.
Yeah, because not only just Call of Duty, but they've got Overwatch. They've got
another Fable game would help.
Yeah, that there was a rumor of a new Fable game.
See, and that's the thing. PlayStation 4 has been killing it on all the exclusive stuff.
They've killed it.
Nintendo doesn't even need to try. As soon as you say
have
Mario,
their own names.
Well, you say Mario and Zelda, everybody's done.
Yeah.
So you can live off those two. The fact that Prime 4 isn't announced, like it's somewhere in the mix, all of that stuff, you're good. But yeah, PlayStation's been crushing.
And on top of that, they've been very transparent. Of like, we've got a Sony game, or we've got a Spider-Man game coming up. What? Here's a couple trailers.
Yeah.
Here's the gameplay of what it's actually going to look like.
And it's ours.
You're going to play it.
I know, like, I'm sitting there going...
You can borrow my PS4 if you want.
I'll just go over to Chris's or something for, like, a weekend.
I'm Spider-Man!
I got my fix. I'm good. I'm good.
Twitch.
And then you've got Horizon Zero Dawn, which looks to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Chris loved it.
I really need to play it.
Yeah.
I still really need to play it.
And I think you're far enough out of Zelda now that that's an okay.
Out of Zelda, I'm done with Persona. So,
but again, Persona.
Like, Persona's a massive Sony console property.
Again, that's why I say I love Xbox. Like, Microsoft has great ideas, but either sell a computer that is pretty much just an Xbox but standing up, or sell an entertainment type system.
Thanks,
Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
So, either way.
And yes, it's not the amount of games, it's the quality, and that's where Xbox has been lacking. Like, we never talk about Xbox games coming out. And it's not... We don't own Xbox Ones. Let's all be clear on that one. Yeah. But there's a reason.
But
nothing's enticed me to...
Well, you can play all their games on a PC.
That too, yeah.
You can play...
Yeah, we've had that conversation before.
Like, I remember that...
PC's just so much...
I remember that E3 presentation where, like, on Xbox and Windows 10 or whatever.
Windows Store,
or Windows Experience Store or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, so just PC?
So and if you have a powerful enough PC, which...
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Okay,
well...
We've got... That's a whole separate debate in terms of cost of PCs right now.
But at the same time, with me buying
At that time, it was easy to get a PC.
It still is fairly easy to get a PC. Other than
those freaking video cards.
I know, video cards are just... Anyways.
But
hope to God your video card doesn't break.
Yeah, I know. Other than that, like, you know, I'd rather have a PC that can do everything than an Xbox that can do...
Just
and again,
games and movies.
All of those games that have come out for Xbox that I can get on my computer, I own. Like Dead Rising, they took the fun out of.
Which apparently you can buy on Steam now anyway, so you don't even need to buy it on the Xbox store.
Right.
Microsoft store or whatever. Yeah. It's literally called the Steam Edition or something.
Like, I'm just like, I sit there looking going...
And Halo I have no interest in.
Meanwhile, on the PlayStation front, I would like Spider-Man. I would like to play Zero Dawn. I would like to play... And I know I can get this on an Xbox, but again, if I'm going to get a PlayStation or another console, essentially, hockey is on a PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sports game.
You have a PlayStation. Chris has a PlayStation. If I'm going to get something, it's going to be something that other people have.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is Nintendo is actually catching up to Microsoft numbers in terms of sales, and you're going, Microsoft, like, guys.
And in this day and age, it's not uncommon for people to have more than one game console now, anyway.
No.
Yeah.
So, but it's weird that there's that split between Xbox and PS4. Like, well, obviously I'm going to get a PS4 because of game franchises, or Xbox because all my friends have Xboxes.
I have always looked at that kind of thing is, what can I get more games for? That's even why I ended up with, like, I bought an Xbox first.
Yes,
when
Xbox
360 versus PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, Xbox 360 was a better...
I bought a 360 because I'm like, look at all the games I can get. Like, you're walking through the Best Buy going, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one.
And I think with the Xbox 360, I think it had a year lead too before the PS3.
So then I'm looking through the PS3s, and I finally bought one because I wanted a Blu-ray player. That's why I bought a PlayStation 3.
Right.
By the end, they were neck and neck. Like, they did a fantastic job for me playing wise. Like,
I'm actually really surprised that the Xbox One isn't out, or Xbox One X isn't outselling the PS4 Pro, because it's got the only Ultra UHD player on the market.
I don't think a lot of people care about
not
that
people,
yet.
Not too many people are caring about
and
I
think with a lot of TVs as well, like, people don't upgrade to 4K TVs.
4K,
often.
yeah.
Like, if I needed a new TV,
I'll get a 4K TV.
I might. Depending on the
but
price.
Depending on the price. Right now, 4K is overpriced.
My current TV will last me another, like, 3 or 4 years.
If I can get a decent 1080p television
for like $100
for, well, even our upstairs TV isn't. See if these look so good.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I heard Sea of Thieves is very good.
PC.
Yeah.
It's on the PC as well. If I'm going to play that game, and yes, it does look amazing.
Yeah.
I heard really good stories from that.
I heard a lot
of
of
the game is
stuff
cool,
for
but
Sea
it
of
runs
Thieves.
so bad. Right.
Yeah,
so
but it's a beta right
Yeah.
now.
yeah, but it's coming out soon, like Chief says. But that's the thing is, and again on PC, at least I can play with things a little to make it run
better.
possibly, unless it's a Batman game.
It still doesn't work, does it? Arkham
No,
Knight,
that works.
Arkham Knight finally works on the PC?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay. I wasn't
And,
sure.
No, and well, like I actually beat it and did not have problems.
Okay,
is-
'cause
is
I remember
how
that
should
game.
rephrase
I remember when it
remember the
first
PC
came
game.
out, everyone was like, ah.
Why is this cape all over? He's clipping through everything.
Batman and the Batmobile just like one side of the city to the other because there's nothing in the way.
What's a collision detection?
Yeah, it's like PUBG all over again. Either way, that's yeah. Let's wrap
news.
into our last bit of news. This is exciting.
This came out of left field. Honestly, this news story came out of left field. Cloverfield. It came out of Cloverfield. So Cloverfield 1 came out of nowhere. It was an awesome movie.
Loved it.
Yes, stunning movie.
Yep.
10 Cloverfield Lane, wildly
That's
different
good.
movie.
Yep.
Wildly different movie than the first. Wasn't quite sure if it was a sequel. If you watch the full movie, then you learn it is an actual sequel. It's an actual sequel, just not really related to the sequel or the first movie. We don't know where God Particle is right now, which is the proposed title for Cloverfield 3.
The third one, yeah.
We don't know what's happening with that. We can confirm, or they can confirm, it is filmed.
Someone laughed and said it was already out.
Yeah, it was supposed. To be honest, they've been saying it since last year that it was supposed to be out April of this year.
Oh, really?
Like someone's like it's already out, and if you look at the background of like the last Star Wars movie, you'll see like an asteroid pass by, and that's the
so God Particle / Cloverfield 3. We don't know when it's happening. It's not even officially announced yet either.
Mm-hmm. Except for
the fact that this piece of news dropped on Wednesday that Cloverfield 4 is done filming. Wait, what?
Yeah, we said that right. Cloverfield 4.
4 is done. It's done filming.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. I'm assuming you're talking about Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should look more into that game.
Yeah, me too. It's rare. They can't not make a bad game.
Challenge accepted.
So, but yes, Cloverfield 4 is done filming and is supposed to be a period piece set in World War II with monsters.
All right.
And you know what? At this point, where that series is and what they're planning to do with the entire franchise, I wouldn't put it past them. They've done dumb stuff before with those first two movies. Amazing stuff.
I still have to see 10 Cloverfield.
It is
It's good.
It is so powerful. It is so good.
Yeah.
And it came from a director that I really admire.
Yeah.
I think he directed that Power / Rangers short film that got canned and then got re-uploaded and canned again and then re-uploaded again.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay, good. Definitely.
Oh, good. Yeah, definitely check it out.
It's on the list.
Is the first one on Netflix too?
No,
but I own it on DVD. So
might want to borrow that again.
I was gonna say you can probably find it pretty cheap online.
Yeah.
So you've got the Human Blockbuster. You probably
I was gonna say
if not him, then I have it. So Cloverfield 4 is done filming, and we don't know where Cloverfield 3 is coming. It's the big rumor, and I think last year, 10 Cloverfield Lanes trailer dropped in the Super Bowl.
So maybe tomorrow.
Maybe
tomorrow.
Maybe it's God Particle and Cloverfield 3 and 4 at the same time.
No, the trailer will be for Cloverfield 5.
It'll be yes. Damn you, JJ! What are you doing?
It'll just be a teaser. You'll get the thing going across, and it'll be you'll see Cloverfield, and you're like, okay,
here's
and then at the end of it, 5.
Five.
And you're going,
wait, what? But what? Screw you. So yeah, as much as I'm really interested in Cloverfield 3, I just wasn't ready for a fourth one to come out.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's done filming
without even the third one having.
Right. And so if you follow the track record for 10 Cloverfield Lane, they filmed the majority of that movie, if not all of it, under a different name.
Right.
Yeah.
So that for when the actors were in it, even John Goodman, who's like, I was in a... I did a movie. I don't know what it was. I put my best into it, but it was a production name.
He did a great job.
I love John Goodman.
I love John Goodman. He does good jobs.
And so them hiding the production titles is a really good idea.
See, and they do that with a lot of movies to try and keep people from, like, people from going, like, what are they filming? What are they filming? But unfortunately, like Star Wars, even the last movie had a different name. But when all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's filming over there? And you see someone bust out a lightsaber, you're like...
Or you see the Millennium Falcon, the Falcon just on the side, like, oh, that's a Star Wars. But with God Particle or Cloverfield movies...
You have no idea, because again,
they could
like
be
even
anything.
Cloverfield 1, it's a bunch of random people running through the streets where they can't, like...
Right, so with the Cloverfield 4, like I said, like it's a World War II film.
Yeah.
If the people saw... what
They'd
they were
have no
filming.
idea.
It's
They
like,
have
they're
no
just
idea.
making a documentary movie or something.
Yeah.
Or,
whatever.
Another
Wonder Woman 2, or any of the numerous World War movies.
Yes, it could have been anything, but the fact that it's Cloverfield 4
Yeah.
makes it so wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we've seen set production pictures of it already.
We just don't
even
know.
Yeah, we don't even know.
And that's the crazy thing. It's like, oh, none of these actors know that they're in a Cloverfield film.
Yeah.
Take-Two Interactive's private label, sci-fi shooter, from the co-founder or the founder and co-creator of Halo.
That's a good one. See, that's the thing about all these new games coming out.
It's a
too,
tough sell.
Well, but all these new games coming out, it's like they're not even made by the same people anymore.
No.
And the thing is, like, you can say that it's made by the same team that made Metal Gear.
Sure.
And if you think about it, yeah, there's probably a good chunk of people who worked on Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and
But
5.
it's missing that key component.
It's missing a key component, but they're still working at Konami.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're chained to the desks, making Survive.
Right. And here's my other thing about just this, to get off track again, because that's what we do. But Nintendo, again, Shigeru Miyamoto knows he's going to retire eventually, so he's training people. So when you get the Zelda game we just got, it wasn't made by him.
I knew him. Yeah.
You're right. It was Ayanuma, who was trained by
Miyamoto.
So when
to
they
be fair, that came out of a dare.
I get that.
Really?
Yeah. Ayanuma went to Miyamoto and said, "I want to make a new Zelda game, but here's my premise." Presented Majora's Mask, and then Miyamoto's like, "All right, you make that in like 3 months or whatever, and you tell me if you can do that."
Made.
Or you gave him a time limit of how to make it.
I think Nintendo's looking at it now like, we have to start training people because all of our people who make games are getting old.
Aged.
So let's actually do that, so when the next Zelda comes out, you're not going, oh, Miyamoto's not involved. You're going, oh, good, Ayanuma's involved. Like, oh, good, it's that guy again.
Oh, good, it's that guy. Yeah. And he can make a decent game.
Oh, good, it's that team again. Oh, good. So when they say from the team that brought you this last Zelda thing,
it actually means
something. Is that heart is still there, that soul is still there.
I'd like to see how many people Kojima scalped from Konami for his company.
Are you kidding? That would, like...
All.
Yes.
All.
Guys are making a good game. Cool.
They're cutting the chains off of the desk.
That's why Konami is legitimately just making pachinko machines now, because they have no one on board to make anything else.
Oh, pachinko machines and slots.
Yeah, they've got their slot team people because they didn't leave. Everybody else, they're like, well, we're following him, and they're all like, oh. But we're changing our brand to this now.
Because we can't Metal Gear Survive.
Yay!
From the two people that wanted to stay because they missed the memo.
Yeah.
Those were the
guys,
ones.
They were sick that day.
Kojima emailed like the ones he really wanted.
Right. Oh, savage!
And it's like the 10 people are like, why is everybody leaving?
What?
Guys, we have this game to make. Why are you all? Oh, all right.
All right. I'll just keep you staying here.
And then they called Joe the next week. They're like, why haven't you been at work? I like that. And some movie studios do that too, where it's like you get an indie film that was produced by Warner Brothers, and you're going...
Happens once in a while, yeah.
But they do. They have a smaller subsidiary company that's like that person that looks at those smaller movies, and I think that's the nice thing to do. And game publishers should be doing it. Indie games are killer right now.
Right, especially for the Switch. And like Switch, it's been doing really well for PlayStation and Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
Nintendo's and PlayStation's indie games are through the roof. Because as much as we bash the Vita... It is a great platform for indie games.
It's a good platform for games. They just suck at selling it.
I actually booted it up the other day just because I wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 2 on as a portable game, and I just went on the store, and there's a ton of indie games out there.
Sure.
SteamWorld Dig 2 is on the Vita.
Yep.
as a cross-buy. If you buy it on the PS4, you get it on the Vita. I'm like, this you should be selling this because it's not only handheld, it's also on the PS4.
And Nintendo went like hard into SteamWorld Dig 2 when it came out. They're like, this is coming out on our console. Right. And you're like, oh, Nintendo got SteamWorld Dig 2. Neat.
Right. It's like, oh, it's a handheld and a TV game, and Sony's just like, ours is as well.
They didn't even say that.
Ours is as well. Like, I've been saying it since day one. They should have bundled a Vita with a PS4.
They should have. Yes.
Yeah. That would have sold the remote connections, the cross-buy stuff, like day.
They're not selling them anyways. They might as well give them away in a box.
Yeah.
And then sell hardware for it. Make money off the games.
Hardware too.
Yeah, because like
then all this shit you have to buy.
The amount of stuff that you can do with a PS4 and a Vita is staggering.
It is.
That's what the Wii U wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's face it. The Wii U was supposed to be that piece of technology, and the fact that PlayStation didn't jump at that chance when it's like the Wii U wasn't doing so hot. They're like, look what we can do.
They should have really gone a little more cutthroat with the Vita. To be honest,
they should have. It's not.
It's a solid piece of tech.
It is.
I was playing it. And I'm like, man, this is exactly Metal Gear Solid 2. This is exactly Metal Gear Solid 3. This is like all my fighting games are still here.
But they crushed themselves in that mobile market, not mobile, but handheld market when like the PlayStation, the PSP came out. And there was all the proprietary stuff that had to go into it, and it's like, and then the Vita came out, and you're like, oh, that last one wasn't so good.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know about this.
Right, and it didn't help.
And then they didn't say anything about it.
And it didn't help that the memory cards were proprietary.
Bye, Chief.
Goodbye. Thanks for joining us today. Tune in next week.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yes, like the Vita, there was so many great things, but so many missteps with it.
Yes.
And
the missteps were they didn't tell anybody what it could do.
And the crazy part about the Vita is that if you go to Japan, people still play it in Japan. They still play their Vita like super hardcore.
Sure. Again, because it's mobile. Like people can carry it around. That's why the Switch is doing so well.
Yeah, like it's sure Switch is 2-1 in Vita in Japan, but it's at one person. They're still playing it.
They're still playing it.
So it's wild. Like that system just baffles me. It's basically the Sony's version of a Switch.
Well, it is. Like to be fair, it's like I say, it's what the Wii U wanted to be able to do is to have that second portable something or other that you could do something with, and it's like, okay, and that's why I don't get PlayStation. It's like the Switch comes out, and you're still not going, guys. We've been doing that all along. You buy a game on one, you get it on the other.
Like cross-buy forever. They've been having that since. I played PlayStation Battle All-Stars Battle Royale or whatever that played. That's
the Smash Bros.
The Smash Bros. Clone.
Game? Yeah.
And yes, it's a Smash Bros. Clone, but with PlayStation characters, so it's actually not half bad.
No,
it's not half good. No. It's not half good.
It needed some help.
It needs a lot.
Yep.
But it's a game still.
Yeah.
And
like that's my thing. I don't understand where, because I remember when they announced crossplay, and I'm like, that's good. It's
very
good.
Smart.
Like kudos to them. That's a big deal.
So how do you plan on getting Vitas in the hands of more people?
Because that's the next trick.
Yes.
Is
bundle
now you need to get that thing, and that's what we were saying. It's like instead of bundling with an I or a this or a that, throw in a Vita.
Throw in a Vita, the PS3 or PS4.
Mark up the PlayStation by $50,
but make it clear that you're getting a Vita.
You're getting two consoles with it. Yeah. One on the go, one for at home.
In fact, the marketing material is very much like that.
Sure.
All that with the baseball game that they had.
MLB The Show.
Yeah, that's one. Like that, they had that on the PS4 and the Vita, and they're like, "Yes, this is cross-buy. You buy it on the PS4, you can play it away."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same save, and like
I would buy that bundle. Again, I would like a PlayStation 4, but I do not want to spend that kind of money right now on a PlayStation 4 because there's nothing in it that I'm like,
correct.
Ooh, must have.
Right. Yeah. Right.
If they came out with one that was PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita with one game that obviously worked on both, I'd be like, I am way more inclined at this very point in time to go get one.
There must be a warehouse of Vita somewhere.
That's my other problem, is there has to be a storage house somewhere full of Vitas. And they're going...
It's all the 3G Vitas they can't sell because of region restrictions. Because that one never came out to Canada.
But that's my thing. It's like, so what? I don't know what's stopping them. Either way, Cloverfield's coming out.
Yes.
At some point, we're getting at least the
two
fourth
more.
movie.
At least two more.
We don't know. We might only get one more, and it might be Cloverfield 4.
Maybe Cloverfield 5.
And Cloverfield 3 will be like that distant, weird movie that everybody's always searching for.
Yeah, like, where did this movie go?
And Abrams is like, it's out there, guys. That's all he has to do. Everybody will watch every single
Star Wars
one of his
Episode
movies.
9, God Particle.
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 9, God Particle.
That'd be hilarious if that was the subject. They kept mentioning God in the last movie, so see?
Yeah, that's true. But it wasn't JJ directing it, though.
I know.
Did you hear about the fan theory about how Snoke's not actually dead?
Yeah.
I'd like to believe that it's true.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm good.
I know. I'm good with that the way it ended, but I think if that happened, that would be the craziest plot twist ever. Anyways, so that's all
we have.
we have.
It was a slower-ish news week.
Oh, there's a lot of discussion.
As per usual, we can extend things out as far as we need to.
There was a good discussion between the topics. This is the big piece.
Yeah.
We'll see what trailers come out tomorrow and talk about that next week.
With the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, the Ant-Man trailer came out. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Cute.
That was pretty
that was cool. I love how like half of the trailer is just Ant-Man footage and Civil War footage and then intercut with other
I really hope they market that movie properly. Yes. Because it's supposed to happen after Civil War, yet this movie is coming out after Infinity War. So I'm like, this is going to be a nightmare.
It's going to confuse the timeline.
I feel like Ant-Man won't be present in
Infinity War.
No,
and that's not the issue.
No, so
that's not the issue.
When this comes out, this is the movie explaining where Ant-Man was. So at the end of the movie, he pops out of, whatever he's been doing, and goes
be in Infinity War.
What the hell?
And he'll be at the end, or like the end of Infinity, like the Infinity War movie, and pop it out, going like, "What just?"
Because Infinity War happens in March.
Yes.
And Ant-Man happens in July?
Yes.
Or June?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So March, April, May, June, July. So it's like, I think the big piece, like, we understand sort of how storylines work and how crazy it is.
Yeah.
But for the average moviegoer, they go, oh, cool, I've watched an Avengers movie. And then they go and watch Ant-Man. Like, but I thought this happens before.
That was even one of my coworkers was like, because she got tickets to Black Panther because, like, she loved Luke Cage. But she saw none of the other stuff on Netflix.
Sure.
She digs the rap scene. She likes the music. So all of a sudden, like,
really good.
Well, but Kendrick Lamar
yes.
is doing the he's the one compiling the audio, the music for Black Panther. So like, just
it's like
the people they have going into this is like this is going to be a glorious.
Yeah. It's a match made in heaven.
So she's like, I have to see this movie. Like, hunky
yes.
African American guys fighting.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar's doing the album. Like, I have to see this film. She's like, but what do I need to know before I go? Because it's one of those Marvel movies where there's stuff that happens before. And I'm like, so you start with Iron Man.
You do have to do the Marvel thing that I'm doing.
And she looks at me like, I don't have time for that. And I'm like, okay, if you want to see one movie, I'm like, watch Civil War. You won't understand everything that's going on. But all the stuff revolving
Black Panther
is in that movie. And she's like, okay, and she's like, what if I don't want to watch that movie? And I'm like, okay, this is what happened to the Wakandan people in Civil War.
They were the UN press, blah, blah, blah.
So I'm like, they are a country that has been hidden away. They finally are coming out of the, into the world. Yes. They are a super advanced, society within Africa, and their leader, or like their country has always had a protector, and that protector is the Black Panther.
Right.
And I'm like, now the Black Panther just happens to be the guy leading the country, as well as protecting it. And she's like, okay, that's good. I think I'm like, they'll give you the gist. Like, they're not just going to throw you into this movie
I think that's going to be...
Marvel has yet to pull that move. So yeah, Ant-Man will be interesting.
Like, it's just going to be weird. The timeline stuff is going to be super awkward.
Yeah.
And for us...
And maybe you open with, like...
a massive, like, last time on Civil War!
Or something happening with Thanos.
Or no, this happens like...
And it goes like, meanwhile, or 2 months earlier, or...
Yeah.
Or you open the movie with him showing up to a destroyed New York going, what the...
Yeah.
And then it bounces back like 3 months earlier.
Yeah. That'd be good. But
yeah...
I trust that writing team.
Oh, no, yeah. Like, they're all really good.
Yeah.
Like,
they'll make it work.
Even Marvel in its lowest moments, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, nothing as low as Inhumans, but what's
that's Marvel TV. We don't talk about
what's a Marvel Humans? What's a Marvel Humans?
Kevin Feige doesn't count them.
They'll fix it.
One day they'll get rid of Jeff Loeb.
Like even Iron Man 3 was actually pretty good.
in the grand scheme of
Yeah,
stuff,
it's
like
not
that's the
too
thing.
bad.
You watch these movies and go, oh yeah,
Like
all right, I
it's
dig
fun.
it.
It's fun watching doing this whole Marvel movie binge. Like Chris
It's
is
nice,
doing.
isn't it?
Watching Captain, like the smallest movie details are super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Captain America: The First Avenger,
Yep.
and you remember the scene where he's in the movie theater?
Yep.
And he's watching the theater. If you look at the audience, there are way more females than there are males.
Oh.
You know
Right.
why?
Because all the males
Because
are
they're all
war.
war.
But if you think about it, like you don't think about it when you're watching the first time
No,
around.
'cause you're
Yeah.
like Captain America.
Look at that CG Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Like all your attention is there, but if you look in the audience, it's
They have
mostly
little details that
mostly female.
But even
sense.
Iron Man 3, because people are still disappointed by the fact that
I think that
the
people are-
in the manner whatever.
I
If
think
you
people are more
watch-
disappointed at the fact that there's less Iron Man.
But if you watch it in that vein of where is Tony Stark
Yes,
heading, it
it's
is
very-
a fantastic film.
There's a
because
lot of character development in
a
that.
lot of character development, and it needs to happen because if that movie doesn't happen, you don't get Spider-Man: Homecoming.
You don't get
him
Civil War.
You do
You know
not get
what's-
Civil War. You do not get all those other pieces where
It's a
Robert
key
Downey
moment
Jr.
in-
and
Even
Tony
Age of
Stark is-
Ultron.
right.
Even with Age of Ultron, like
Yeah.
there's
He is trying to outdo himself to protect everybody because of the events of.
and like
That.
he's got that vision, albeit maybe not be a real vision, but it's still.
Vision.
I see what you see.
Ah.
I see what you see there. But like it's him. Like I need to protect the world,
Right.
at whatever cost.
Right,
Yeah.
because the world needs people, but it doesn't need necessarily us. It needs something else going on to do something. And
So,
but it's
like-
him, but even him with Spider-Man, it's like it has nothing to do with the suit. You cannot have that powerful a
Yes.
line in Homecoming without Iron Man 3,
Right.
Yeah.
where he realizes that it is not all about the flippin' suit.
Yeah.
And you go,
Yes.
yeah.
That makes
That was
so
a really powerful line.
But again, you need and without Iron Man 3, it would have been like, well, it's like without the suit, I'm nothing. Then you like.
There's like 50 other suits behind you just flying around.
It's all about all the other suits you have.
Here, have a Scarlet Spider suit. Iron Spider suit.
But that's the thing is, like, it's not all about the suit. That line doesn't hit unless you have Iron Man 3 to show you that it is.
Yeah.
It's
When
about
he
the
was
guy inside it.
Put like
Yeah.
from his high self-esteem to like, damn, I messed up.
Right.
It's
So that's my thing. You need all
No,
those
Iron Man
movies.
3 in the grand scheme of things, you're right. It's a pretty solid movie. Taken by itself, it's pretty poor. But
Yes. But Marvel, I think you really
they
like.
play
I
the
see
long
their,
game.
They
play the
but they play it
long-
well enough that you see Iron Man 3 and you go, okay, by itself. But then all of a sudden something comes out 2 years later and you're like, damn. And that's what Batman v Superman tried to do to Superman. Was they're like,
Yeah.
remember that fight that you all complained about? It makes sense now, right? And you're like, no, it still doesn't make sense.
They almost did a 180 with that character with the Justice League, so.
And then I still haven't seen Justice League, so that's the thing is you're
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it.
That's not on Netflix yet.
no, but that's my thing is like you sit there looking at it going,
Nope.
like there's nothing in Batman v Superman or Man of Steel where I'm gonna go like 12 movies later go, oh man, what a poignant piece that is because of something that happened in that film. Iron Man 3 still a decent movie. Iron Man 3 made better by
Yeah.
being encased in this
Yeah.
giant scheme.
And honestly, the actor of Robert Downey Jr.
And Robert Downey Jr.
Like,
Yeah.
watching him grow with that role.
Yeah.
I watched Iron
So
Man 1.
good.
Man, he was real young and real
Oh,
stupid.
I know.
Real young and real stupid.
He was Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now he is a better RDJ.
Now he's the better. Yeah.
I know we watched Iron Man 1 and I'm like, oh man, why am I starting here? You know, because again, it's like I'm trying to watch them with my wife, going like, we have to kind of go in order. Like, let's
Yeah.
do this thing. And you watch those old ones, and you're like, oh, there's so much better movies to be watching.
But think of that character development.
But you
It's-
have to think
yeah.
of the development and the story development from
Yeah.
a person who, like my
And
wife,
just the building of the world, too.
my wife doesn't
Yeah.
comic book. So for me to watch Guardians of the Galaxy or Iron Man 2 or Thor 3 without much context, I'm like, oh yeah, Thor's at it. We're good. Not that I will watch them out of, I'm going to miss one and be like, whatever.
Right.
I can't do that to someone who's never seen a Marvel movie. So you're right. That will be interesting with Ant-Man and the Wasp as to how they set up.
How they
the
play
fact
that
Yeah.
timeline stuff. 'Cause
Like
it's
Thanos is destroying New York. Why aren't you two helping? Like why are you two shrinking buildings and cars and
Right.
pipes?
Yeah. For the average Joe audience, it'll be weird.
Yeah.
I do love how they installed the building with a
With that.
There's so much about that trailer that's like, yeah, they went there.
Yeah, they went
Yeah,
there.
they went there. Yeah, they
The
went
Pez dispenser.
there. The giant Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
well, they do Thomas the Tank, so they gotta one up themselves.
Yeah.
on that one,
And that's the best part about that trailer. Luis is still in the movie.
Of course he is.
The best part about that movie. I was reading the subreddit, the comments like, I want a second cut of this trailer, but it's Luis describing it.
Yeah. So this guy.
This guy, he goes down real small, and he goes, this older guy, and this hot chick, I think he's his girlfriend or something. But Luis, just the facts. Yeah.
Keep it short, keep it sweet. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool.
That's it for this week.
The newscast.
This week's newscast. There'll probably be trailery stuff next week.
I'm assuming with the Super Bowl tomorrow,
there's going to be some stuff dropping. Maybe another Ant-Man trailer or something. Maybe another Infinity War trailer.
I'd have a ticket Infinity War trailer.
I think I'd take an Infinity War trailer too.
Yeah.
But yes, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Join us next week at the same time for different news.
Or you can join us in about 5 minutes.
What?
We talk about video games we've played.
And movies we have watched.
Experiences.
And other junk we have done.
Assorted experiences.
Yes, assorted experience that may or may not be nerdy.
It's called the post-credit show.
Yes.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, we just gotta let the internet recombobulate itself and do some things.
Take a minor break.
And get some water and some coffee and some other stuff, and then we'll be back. So thanks for joining us.
If you liked what you saw, go to our YouTube channel.
You know what? If you hit up our website at barrelrollnews.com, you'll find everything.
Yes, all the social stuff.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch and Mixer. Oh no, Mixer's not on there yet. I should really update that. Either way, if you want to see the rest of what we do, you can check out our YouTube channel, which is through our website, and you can find all of our backlog of videos there while you wait.
Yes.
Sometimes we also do some video game playing, so there is some stuff on there of us trying to play video games.
I think I might try and do Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball
Fighters.
I've figured out how to do it.
Fighters.
I'll figure out how to do it later.
Fighters.
Z. That game's name.
I'll stream some Xenoverse 2s.
There is no Z at the end.
No, there's not.
There is if I pretend hard enough.
Can confirm, no.
Can confirm.
Can confirms that Dragon Ball fighting games are weird, or Dragon Ball naming conventions are weird.
Xenoverse 6.
Dragon Ball Fighter ZZ.
Yeah. Either way, join us then and check us out in about 5 minutes' time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.